Welcome back, everybody, to the second episode of Save It for the Podcast. I'm Jack, joined with my esteemed colleagues, my brother and my friends, Jeremy, Joe, Mitch, and Roy.
Wait, isn't Jeremy?
Wait, we can't talk about that. We can't talk about that. We can't talk about that movie idea yet. How are you guys doing today? Doing good.
He's using the last of my fucking
barbecue sauce. Joe and Jeremy are eating right now, and they're eating cane sauce, which apparently is good now.
Yeah, it's actually much better. I mean, it's much better now that it's sort of been
Jesus Christ.
This is not sponsored by Cane's because
we hate cane sauce. We hate Raising Cane's. We hate it so much, but what happened? We love it.
We have quite a lot to talk about today. This is another movie-related podcast, so if you're not about that, don't worry. Next week, we'll
do something for you.
We're doing something a little different next week, but we're going to be talking about two movie clubs. We're going to be talking about Funny Games and The Terrorizers, which we all saw Funny Games, and most of us saw The Terrorizers. Joe, it's understandable. You have work and stuff.
No,
you're right.
You're right.
We'll also talk about other movies we've been watching. We're going to do an in-depth discussion on John Wick 3, which we all saw.
Yeah.
After the last, or from the previous podcast. We're going to see that afterwards. We put that up. And we're going to talk about Quentin Tarantino's first movie, which we watched yesterday. Rewatched.
And
Reservoir Dogs.
We're also going to discuss Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. We saw the trailer, and we're going to talk about that and what we think.
It's okay.
Don't worry about it.
Have you seen any trailer for it? You could watch it on your phone right now. That's the last thing we're talking about.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So, you guys doing good? Everyone doing good?
Yeah, I'm acceptable.
Yeah, not too bad.
I'm a little tired because we did the Brianable.
Yeah. Jeremy, Roy, and I did some working out before this, so it was not that bad.
Not that bad.
Oh, I mean, Andrew and Oscar were there, so it was pretty rough.
How did that go? Not too.
Well,
they left us alone. We snuck past them. That way we don't want to interact with them, so we snuck out after we were done.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
I
thought I left my wallet there too. There was a whole drama this morning where I thought I left my wallet in there. So I went to the house. I went to go and take a shower because they wanted to leave right away, and was like 20-minute shower. You gotta hurry up. Gotta pick your earbuds up and do the podcast. So I went home. I usually throw my wallet in my bed because that's what I normally do, and I didn't have it. I was freaking out, and I thought I left it in the car. Turns out I actually did, but I didn't know about that until later. And then I'm freaking out. I'm in Jeremy's car, and they're all making fun of me, saying, "Hey, don't worry about it. Maybe you'll buy some Blu-rays later or something." And I'm like, "No, I need the wallet. I need it now." I go inside, I look for it. I come out of the gym so defeated, so depressed, and I'm in the car.
That's the face of a man.
I'm about to cry. I'm about to cry, and then I'm like, it had to be in the car. So Jack finally gets out of the car. It looks on the real side, like it's right there. It was there entire time. We wasted a good hour.
Even though it wasn't an hour.
We wasted a good 5 hours.
Yeah.
Okay, a good 5 hours. Okay.
So you're basically saying that the entire workout was a mistake, huh?
No, not at all. I feel great.
I feel good.
Wait till tomorrow.
We're going to do a little bit of discussing now since we're on crunch for time specifically for Mitch. Do you want to do sentencing? That way we can get that out of the way.
I think we'll do the movie club.
You want to do movie club first and
Yeah.
then do sentencing?
Yeah.
Okay.
But we have to tell them what sentencing is. I don't think they know.
Yeah, we'll discuss that when we get to it.
Yeah, we'll get to that one.
You're right. I'm sorry.
So the first movie we're going to talk about is Michael Haneke's Funny Games, the German version, so the original. We all had a chance to see this. We all have some opinions on this movie.
We're all divided.
Most of us have the right opinion, except for maybe one of us. Who knows?
Jeremy,
is it the man sitting to my left?
We don't know.
If it's Mitch, yes. Jeremy, you get to have this discussion since this was
you picked it.
You picked the inaugural movie club, so
This was the one that I picked. I've been wanting to watch this for a while.
tell me what you thought. It was on your top 10 of all time.
It was on my top 10 of all time list, actually. This movie, I don't even know what to say about it. This movie is blew me away. I had no idea what this movie was. I had no idea that there were any of self-aware aspects of it. I just thought this was some kind of like torture porn, fucked up movie. With really,
In a way, it kind of
was.
Because it was.
But Paul, one of the most underrated villains of all time. I love Paul.
Paul's great.
He's fantastic. I love Paul.
Paul is great. I love Paul too.
Especially at the end of this movie. I'm not going to spoil anything, but there is a certain decision that is made by Paul that
Because he's hungry.
because he is hungry, and I like this movie blew me away.
Never have I ever seen a golf ball be so menacing.
The greatest egg scene in a horror movie, and also the greatest or the most intimidating golf ball.
The most intimidating.
in cinematic history.
Absolutely.
This movie.
Yeah.
I was gonna say this movie is the only movie that I can imagine. That there are a lot of like self-aware, like fourth wall breaks throughout the movie, and so the movie is constantly reminding you that this is a work. It's not a real. It's a work of fiction. It's a movie. It's constantly reminding you that it's not real. But at the same time, the movie feels so real. Like I've never seen a movie that does both of those things and balances it like perfectly. Which that blew me away. Also, the cinematography is really great in this movie. There's one shot in particular that's the longest shot in the movie. It's about 11 minutes long.
It's a
One of the most.
Is that following?
Yes.
yeah.
One of the most effective shots in a horror movie I've ever
In
seen.
a movie.
In any movie.
In any movie.
Because it's 11 minutes, and you're just watching these people unravel from this event that happened.
Yeah, it's like I also watched. I was the only one here who watched the American remake too, which I thought was equally as good.
You gave it a masterpiece rating on your Letterboxd.
Yep, I might be at some point, maybe today, maybe some other day, making one person here watch this movie.
Well, I want to see it too. So
I want to see it too.
Well, I mean, I won't have to. I don't have
Force, yes, yeah.
I don't have to force you guys to watch it, but one person here I might have to.
Just fucking say Mitch's name, Jesus Christ.
Mitch, the bitch.
I think so.
It's already clear.
I think the problem I have with this movie is that I watched it on YouTube,
And the
Really?
subtitles.
and I feel
I watched.
because you and I gave it the same rating.
Oh yeah.
I feel
What
like
did
if
you guys rate it?
4, we both gave it a 4 out of 5.
Okay.
And I gave it 5.
I feel like if we were to watch it in a group setting on the Blu-ray, I feel like it'd be better because like I feel like watching it on that small screen, I feel like I missed so much of it. Like, shut up, Mitch. You're stupid. You don't have to go. You don't have to see the movie then.
Well, he's watching the remake eventually.
Oh no,
Don't worry.
I'm talking about the original.
Oh.
Why would I talk about the
But
remake?
keep talking. It's alright.
I feel like since I didn't see everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like if I watch it on a bigger screen, I'll be able to see everything. It'll affect me more.
I won't lie.
I am definitely buying that.
Criterion?
Yes,
The
that's
Criterion
You
cell.
heard that? That's a lock.
That is
Criterion,
the
so-
number one movie that I am buying.
Joe,
For sure.
what were you gonna say about it?
I won't lie. I got with the extremely long takes that the movie had with very long scenes. Watching it on a small screen, I got very bored.
Yes.
But on a bigger screen, that usually doesn't bother me as much.
So I feel it.
So like, I totally get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I found myself like kind of skipping through like 10 seconds
Yeah.
at a time because I was like, all right, when the fuck is this gonna end?
That was my problem too. That was my only problem, I think, in my review for it when I did it on Letterboxd. I said that I didn't like a lot of the long shots.
Yeah, some of them were needlessly long.
Some of them were really executed well, like the 11-minute one.
But the rest of the
But
a lot of the other
some
ones
of them
kinda
were
like,
just too much.
fucking long.
Well, see, the first time I watched this was on like a big TV on
Right.
YouTube. So
Yeah.
That probably helped with you
Yeah.
because you at least saw it on a big TV.
I saw it on a bus.
You saw it about 2 hours ago or whatever.
He literally just saw
He
it.
just watched it.
Just
hours
watched
ago.
I literally started the movie walking out of the garage from work, walking to the bus stop.
Love it. With the music playing in the background. Love it.
I had my headphones on, man.
I love it.
yeah, what you think?
Oh, the intro music! Holy shit!
Intro
Yeah.
music.
I bet Joe loved that.
No, it was
music.
terrible. That was terrible. That was just screeching.
It was Austrian.
Jesus
You probably would
Christ.
love that. Oh my
No,
god.
I fucking hated it.
All right, Mitch, since you seem to be the only one that didn't like it, why don't you give your 1 minute summary on why you hated it?
I will say the whole thing with like the introduction music. You were the first person that I thought of.
Of course
Joe.
it was. I knew you guys were gonna think of me when you listened to that. I was like, oh, it's screaming. You must like it.
I actually didn't. Actually.
That's not that's growling. This is just somebody going.
I love
like a
it.
Fucking banshee.
Austrian.
All right, well, here, wait. Let
That's
Mitch,
not death
let,
metal, that's
let
cancer.
Mitch have his time.
Before we bombard him.
Oh yeah, before
Yeah.
we bombard him.
Yeah, okay, go on, Mitch.
I'm on my first beer, so we'll see how this goes.
Back to what you were saying, Jeremy, about the whole thing with like the 11-minute scene where you basically just, that scene.
They're
in particular-
recovering.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
They're
They were trying to
recovering.
go through. Yeah,
I
exactly.
don't think they're recovering. I think they're processing.
That's probably a better word.
Processing,
Because
yes.
that's not something you recover from.
Have you tried it?
Well,
I'd rather not.
Hey, just test it out later in the future.
Yeah, Joe. Call us in about 10 years.
Hey, if I call you but some eggs.
All right,
Don't worry about it.
All right,
Don't worry.
hold on. Mitch, go on.
Like, that whole scene there, okay, I will admit that was probably my favorite part of the movie because it's one of those things where, as
You're a
you
sick
said,
bastard.
one second, let me go.
Well, let me just let me
It's one of
talk.
those things where it's just letting the whole thing set in, just letting the whole thing, just letting, like, whoever's over there just watching it, just, like, take it all in and being like, holy shit, this just happened here. You know what I'm saying?
Because it's
But-
not something that often happens in movies.
Exactly. That's
Ever.
what that's what I was getting at when I said it's,
Holy shit.
exactly. It's one of those, like, interesting holy shit moments.
Well, talk about
Um,
why you hated it.
I know.
Because you
Exactly.
hated it.
Yes, I know.
You're
fucking
bouncing around. Sorry.
I'm not a fan of, like, one thing that I hated about it, I'm not a fan of watching other people getting tortured, like, with movies in general and whatnot.
You'll just have to wait and
I
see.
think you all saw this coming, you jackasses.
Alright.
Oh, but what else? What?
Yeah,
That's like.
Okay, so there was that. And then, of course, the one scene in the movie where you had, I believe it was Peter. He was like, oh yeah, like, everything goes out perfectly, it seems. The wife just happens to go grab the gun and, like, ends up...
yeah.
Are we not getting there
Yeah.
yet?
Don't spoil
Yeah,
it,
I wanna
but
spoil it.
It's
Just
over
say-
20 years old.
we're still not going to do that.
but nobody has seen it.
Hey,
This
I
is a movie
spoiled,
that we-
spoiled Endgame because I didn't care. I want people to see this movie.
Yeah,
Who the hell's gonna watch this?
Sick bastards like us.
Everybody
Really?
Anyone
this
with
is a movie that
good-
I feel
good
people
taste
should
in
watch.
movies.
Yeah,
people should watch it.
because
Really?
If you're a movie
Sorry
I-
that there's no superheroes in it, Mitch.
Is that
You
what it
might
is?
get one later.
Hey, I'm sorry, Captain
I'm-
Marvel wasn't in it.
Alright,
All right, let's
stars.
wrap it up.
Wait, no, well, you guys forgetting that I personally, like, on a personal level, I do not like the movie because for the same reasons that Mitch listed, I don't. The movie has such an oppressive tone. I respect the movie for what it is. It is a very effective and very, very well done psychological horror movie. And the torture aspect of it and the violence is minimal compared to everything else.
Yeah.
And
Right.
Paul is the perfect antagonist because he doesn't seem that harmful, and then he gives you that psychotic smile. But anyway, I really was not a fan of, like, watching this. This movie made me so uncomfortable. I was sitting
I don't think
there-
you're supposed to be a fan
that
of
was
watching it.
that
I
was
know, but
You're
like,
not supposed to like
I
this
know, but
movie.
like, I don't like the movie,
right.
but I admire the fuck out of it. Like,
Right.
I respect that it is.
So you're giving it a positive rating.
I'm giving
but
it a positive
you're-
rating, but on a personal level, I didn't enjoy it.
I understand.
Makes sense. Yeah,
What's
I
your-
can
what's your
respect
rating on
that.
Let's do. What would you rate it?
Okay,
Out of
because,
5.
because of how I did it so well, 4.5.
I like that. That's a good rating.
I'm trying to be as objective about it as I
Yeah.
can.
Would you be opposed to watching it again with us?
I would
or
watch
the,
it
the
again with
American
you.
remake.
I want to watch the American remake.
It has
just
Tim
because-
Roth in it.
Tim Roth
and Naomi
He's
Watts.
the dad.
He's
Michael
daddy?
Pitt.
He's the
I'm
dad.
telling you,
So you're
dude.
So you're saying Tim Roth is daddy?
He's
Yeah,
daddy.
yeah.
I take
You would give it
it
a.
out of context.
You would give it a 5.
Yep, give it 5.
Roy and I are 4s.
Yeah, I would give it a
I'm
4.
not changing my rating.
Mitch is
Mitch is 0.
0 out of 5.
I'll give it
He
nothing.
really
Fuck
didn't
this
like it.
film.
Yeah, the one thing that I just want to say about the movie before we move on, what I've said is that this movie is at the same time it's the greatest love letter to horror fans, but at the same time it's the greatest fuck you to horror fans.
I
So
love
just-
the fourth wall break.
especially the ending. I'm not gonna spoil it. The biggest fuck you in cinematic history. I
Well
love
said
it.
about
Yeah,
funny games.
I'll agree with
Love
you
it.
on that one.
Wait, how was it the biggest fuck you? How was the ending the biggest fuck you?
We'll
Was it
talk
just-
later.
Well, we'll
because
talk.
we don't wanna
We
spoil
don't want
it.
to spoil it.
Well, it's not really a spoiler, but the way he turns and winks.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
sure.
That's not really a
well,
spoiler.
Well, no.
I'm talking about
Like
before
narratively,
Oh,
like how the
okay.
narrative is.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah,
now. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. the third act. Yeah.
Yeah.
In a,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So that was funny games. Watch it. We all liked it.
That was the most roundabout way of explaining a movie I think I've ever done.
Yeah.
Next, we're going to talk about
Terrorizer.
The Terrorizers, which is a movie that Joe unfortunately didn't get to watch. At least you watched funny games. That's okay.
I really try, guys.
That's
fine.
all right.
That's fine. So this was my pick. I'm a huge fan of this director. His name is Edward Yang. And I've been wanting to see this for a while. It's on Prime. I watched this movie, and you know, like when you're 5 minutes into a movie and you feel like it's gonna be like a favorite for you.
Wake up.
Hey,
They
I
don't-
did say that.
They don't know about it.
You
You did
I did
say that.
And today you get a chance to find out for sure.
I hate you.
Tiberius.
This is a masterpiece for me. There's so many things that he does. There's so many details within this movie that go back to this disjointed narrative of him following these 4 different young people and how like they're dissatisfied with their life because they're believing this fictitious life that they live. They're believing that they're happy when in reality they're not happy, and only a few of them get to realize that.
Oh my god.
They've been living in this fictitious land of.
This movie makes more sense now
Yeah.
that you're explaining it to
They've
me.
been, they've been listening. Fuck you, Mitch. They've been living in this fictitious idea of like the dog, the little dog Fido, the white picket. They're and it's like the only real character in this movie is the criminal girl because she sees life as this fabrication that people are living, and she doesn't want to swim with them. She wants to swim away, and that's why I think her arc in this movie is perfect. So, what did you guys think of it?
When I was first watching it, I wasn't. This movie is so weird because this is the first time I've ever seen a movie that's confused me.
I sincerely
Really,
You haven't watched it.
it's confused me narratively because it's such a weird narratively movie. I've never seen a movie that intertwines like these kind of stories like this, and it's like puzzle pieces. And at the end of the day, you don't have a full puzzle piece. There's still some holes missing. You don't really get everything.
You have to use the reactions to understand the conclusions, which I think is brilliant.
Yeah, when you were explaining all of that, like how the fiction and all that shit, it kind of clicked now.
There's a scene. They're in the club. There's a shot in the club, and these people, they're wearing sunglasses. Everyone in the club's wearing sunglasses, and they're all kind of dancing like very much to themselves. And the song "Smoke Out in Your Eyes" by the Platters is playing. That sums it up perfectly. It's like these are the people who are so blind and ignorant to their own life that they're willing to just believe this fictitious world we live in. Believe the happipiness when in actuality they're not happy.
It's there's a lot to dissect in this movie. There's a lot of ways you can look at it. You can look at it like if you were in Taiwan and if you were born there, that's how it kind of is sometimes.
Yeah.
Like how poverty and how like some of the middle class people are. There's a lot of work. You work and work. You have the same routine over and over and over, and you want to get out of that.
Yes.
You want to change. That's like there's so much. There's a lot going on. That's why I'm so like lost in this movie. I feel like if I were to rewatch it, I would like it. I would probably give it a 5. Probably if I rewatch it and understand it more.
Yeah.
On the first time watch, it was just really hard for me to grasp everything. I think I didn't put a review or write a letterbox on it yet, but I would probably give it a 4. Because I liked everything. I liked how it was connecting. I was connecting some of the pieces. I liked how the story was progressing, and I liked the guy how he was slowly like losing it. And the last
the
10 minutes, the doctor, last minutes was amazing. I was speechless.
It proves that reality isn't fiction.
It was insane.
Yeah. I'm very familiar with this guy's work. This is on like
I have
Ye or a Brighter Summer Day.
I have a lot
It's
of movies.
Unreal.
I have a lot of movies on my watch list, and I really want to check them out.
He's good.
Yeah, I definitely agree that the ending, like, just fantastic. Like, last, like, 20 minutes or so, absolutely, like, masterful. I also agree that the first like hour and like 15 minutes or so, I didn't really understand what was going on.
But you like it.
But I was like, I'm liking this. I just have no idea what's happening.
Yeah, you were trying to piece it.
You're
Trying to
kind of
piece it
like,
together.
I don't fucking get it, but I'm totally with it.
Yeah.
I was like,
What's going on?
What's
What's the end game? What's
We're in
the
the end game now.
what's the narrative arc?
Yeah.
Where's this headed?
And I thought it just wrapped up absolutely perfectly because I mean, like the third act basically just like brought it up for me all the way to a 4 because I was probably thinking like maybe like a 3.5 for most of the movie. Then the ending just like this could definitely be a 4.5. Maybe even.
I think if we were all to rewatch it now with this context and knowing more about it,
I think
we would like it a lot more. I think this is a movie it would grow on you.
This is like a remake. You guys ever seen the movie Rebel Without a Cause?
No.
With James Dean?
I have, but it's been a hot minute.
It's like his like remake of that in a sense, but with instead of young teens, it's young adults.
Okay.
So it's great.
Hashtag
Mitch?
Honestly, I did really like the Terrorizers here. I would say though, I probably definitely would, or not probably definitely, I would be down to go through and rewatch this again, especially after having this conversation. And
Yeah.
then of course, as Roy said here, especially after having all this new detail about it and like going into it more compared to going into it blindly, it will make a lot more sense. So honestly, I probably maybe will give it more towards about the 4.5, 5 range if I had
Okay.
But
I think it's better going in blind because you don't know what to expect, and I think that's what the director wanted you to feel, just speechless and trying to connect pieces, even though the pieces don't connect, and that's how it's supposed to be.
It's like you're making a puzzle, and you're so frustrated because you have 2 pieces left.
And you can't find.
And you have 1 spot left.
Yeah.
And both puzzle pieces don't fit.
Yeah.
And you're trying to
Exactly.
make it fit the
Yes.
first time watch.
Yeah.
But then when you make the puzzle again, you find that the piece you need was underneath the couch.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how it is. It's exact. That's
Exactly.
a perfect annihilation. It's perfect
So
analogy. Thank you.
we all recommend the Terrorizers. Check it out on Amazon Prime. Masterpiece for me, 5 out of 5. Jeremy,
4 or 5.
4.
Unknown out of 5.
would you watch it?
Of course.
All right.
I mean,
Yeah, he'll watch it.
you'll watch it.
No.
Nah.
Okay.
Now,
So-
what the fuck do I know?
So now comes the time of the show when we do our sentencing / movie club.
We just
Sentencing is when we each sentence each other a movie that. So like I sentence Jeremy a movie that he hasn't seen but I have. I sentence Mitch. I sentence Roy. We're not doing Joe because he didn't watch the movies.
No, I will watch them this time. I mean, I won't be sentencing, but they'll be sentencing me.
No.
No, because I
That's
didn't think
10
of
times
anything for
more.
you. I didn't think of anything for you.
I
Just
got-
give me whatever you give someone else.
That's
I-
like 10
I
times
got
more.
something for Joe.
God
I
damn
got
it.
something
If you give me the audition, I'm just gonna ignore it.
No,
That's a
Well,
masterpiece.
you can't.
That's masterpiece.
You can't do it. If I get
And then-
whatever I give you.
so
you
that's
watch it.
sentencing, and then movie club is where one of us a week picks a movie that none of us have seen, and we have to watch it.
Okay.
And that's Roy who's doing that this week.
All
So, Roy, what is the movie we're all going to be watching by
By
the next podcast?
he may or may not have directed Arrival, which I really love.
Oh
He
my
may or may not have directed Blade Runner 2049, which I may have loved. So it's called
Incendies.
Incendies.
Sounds nutty.
It's one of the movies. I really don't know much about it. All I know is that it takes place like in the Middle Eastern movie, Middle Eastern, and it's like really like just awful, like an awful time. Not that the movie's bad, but like when you watch it, you're gonna have a bad time.
Yeah. All right.
It's been sitting on my watch list forever, and I really like the director a lot. And I want to check out a lot of his movies. I want to check out Prisoners as well. So
Prisoners are good.
yeah,
So,
that's the movie.
by next week, we have to watch Incendies.
How do you spell this?
INCEN.
DIES, right? Okay.
Roy, what are you sentencing, Mitch?
Ghost in the Shell.
Everybody?
Everybody gets Ghost in the Shell.
So you did.
You get Ghost
Have
in
you
the
seen
Shell. You
Are
get
you
Ghost in
talking
the
about
Shell.
recent one?
No, the original.
No.
Perfect. All right.
I'd love to see it. It's actually been something I've been meaning to watch for a hot minute.
So we all have Ghost in the Shell.
Alright.
Gonna write that down. Gonna watch the remake.
The remake I heard is awful.
Don't watch.
Yeah,
Please
It's
don't.
the live action. Isn't it?
Oh, don't watch the live
The remake
action.
is awful.
Oh, well, there's a remake of Ghost in the Shell, which is also pretty bad. But I gotta rewatch it too, actually. To, you know. All right, who's next?
Wait.
Mitch,
I thought
no,
we
no,
were doing
you
this
go
after
last.
we
Jeremy-
talk about
Jeremy, you should go
what
last.
we were sentenced.
We'll get to that.
Well,
He's
maybe
gotta go
next.
soon.
Maybe next
Okay.
time.
Mitch.
Yeah.
You know what? Fuck it. Just save me for last.
No,
Fine, you know,
no,
fine.
no,
I'll
save me for
no,
last.
No, save
no.
him.
We have to save him for
Then I'll
last.
go.
Just
I'll
save
go.
me for last? Okay.
Mitch, you like superhero movies.
Okay.
So help me God.
You like Halle Berry?
Are you making him watch Catwoman?
Have you seen Catwoman?
God
Yes, I
damn
have.
it.
Oh,
Kiss my
son of a bitch.
Wait,
You know
wait,
what's
wait.
next?
Have
You
you?
know
Has
what
he
else?
seen
Wait,
Electra?
Hey, you like Swedish movies?
Oh no!
You like lesbian movies?
Oh my God.
Oh no!
You're watching Persona!
Yay!
Okay.
Not to be confused by the video games.
Joe, you can watch Persona 2.
Okay, I'm down.
Roy? get back to me because you're very difficult because I want to give you something I know you'll appreciate.
Thank you.
You like Martin Scorsese, Jeremy?
I do.
You like Robert De Niro?
I do.
You like Martin Scorsese and Robert De Niro together?
In bed?
No, I don't think so.
Why not? You fucking.
You're watching Mean Streets.
You will now.
Finally.
It's about time, he said.
Roy?
I was hoping it'd be Cape Fear, but okay.
Yeah, right. It's a horror movie.
Yeah.
I hate you all.
Roy? You like westerns?
Yeah.
Too bad you're not gonna watch one.
No.
You just said
Psych.
fuck your shit.
You're watching The Searchers. I'm gonna give you
The Searchers?
The Searchers.
The Searchers.
Yes.
Fuck my life.
Searchers. Searchers.
What the fuck was that?
All right, Mitch.
Searchers.
Mitch, what do you
Mitch.
think?
Yeah, he has to go last.
Okay.
What do you got?
Let's see here.
I really wish he hadn't seen Catwoman.
I'm-
No,
That
fuck
would have been a
you.
good meme.
I hate. I'm so happy I've never seen it because I know how bad it is.
Oh!
I've seen the cuts. You're not censoring.
No, you gotta watch it now.
Yeah.
You guys are terrible friends.
He gets Persona, whatever.
Thank you.
All right, so
That's a good
Jeremy,
movie,
your
by the
movie
way.
is Super Baby Geniuses number 2.
God,
I
own that.
He owns it. He owns it. He bought
I've
it.
seen
He
it.
bought it. When
I've
we were
seen that
movie
movie.
hunting,
Masterpiece?
I
No,
would-
it's horrible.
I actually like it.
Oh my God.
I like it
I was
unironically.
there for that. Oh my
Alright.
god, he did.
He bought it. We
Have
were
you seen
movie
this movie?
I
hunting,
have not.
and
You
he
can't
found
censor
it, and it was like,
Hold on.
Bro,
You
what are
can't.
don't you know the
Hold
rules?
on. You cannot sentence a movie if you have not seen it.
I
That's
got
how it
him.
works.
Some fucker.
That is
Got
a really,
it.
Okay.
So,
You just say God.
Although I was kind of excited,
Got it.
honestly.
Fuck you.
please, you can watch it on your own time.
Oh,
Yeah.
I will. I haven't.
You have it.
Alright.
Jesus God.
So have you seen any of the
try
movies
again.
that you're about to
Try
sentence?
again.
No, here, I'll give you Gotti.
Gotti.
Oh my
I'll give you
God!
Gotti.
I'm excited for Gotti.
Give him Gotti too. He
I'll
hasn't
give you
seen
Gotti. Have fun.
After you hear what I have to sentence Mitch, I deserve this. Trust me.
No, you don't.
No.
No, I didn't get funny games.
All right,
0
what do
star
we-
rating.
what do we have?
Alright.
Who else? We
You've
got.
got Gotti.
I got Gotti. John Travolta.
Best performance since Speed Kills.
Hey, Speed Kills is a
His new
good movie.
His new movie came out.
Yeah, I know.
Trading
It's called.
Paint. It's on Blu-ray.
Yeah, I know.
Like-
I gotta see it.
And then, Jack, you have the movie Ag, which is a Bollywood / an action film. It's 2 hours and 19
You haven't seen
minutes.
that?
Yes, I have, actually.
I don't believe that for a second.
You want to bet?
I don't believe that for a second.
You want to bet?
Don't believe it.
You want to bet?
What's it called?
Ag. AAG.
How did you see this?
What's that?
How did you see this?
I mean, every single weekend here,
Interesting.
for the most part, every single chance that we get, like, I always am trying to go through and, like, watch movies with my dad and whatnot, and it was just, like, one of these random movies that just happened to be on, so I'm like,
I don't believe
you don't believe it?
I'll try to watch it and see if I can find it.
Just watch
Okay.
Egg. Just
Just
watch
watch
Egg.
Egg.
Watch
Guys.
Ag.
Just watch it.
Wait, I have a question. Can I do next week's sentencing, but it has to be a group sentence at the same time?
What?
It has to be a movie you've seen, and we
I
haven't.
have seen it.
But have we?
I mean,
Yes.
that's what I
No,
just
no,
did.
no, you have not. I've been pushing for it.
Oh,
just
I
really
already know what movie
Yeah.
it is. Yeah.
Aw.
And no, it's just for fun, guys. And you're gonna enjoy it. It's just gonna be a great group experience.
All right, I
Okay.
guess I'm watching Ag,
Okay.
even though I don't believe he's ever seen it.
I don't believe. We can quiz him. We quiz him.
I'll see if I can find it. If I can't find it, then fuck you, because it seems like it's a difficult movie
Go
to
to
find.
1, 2, 3s.
Yeah, I
ABCs.
really doubt 1, 2, 3 movies is gonna hit Ag.
I don't doubt it because they had Psycho 4. So
They did.
Hey, if I can find it on YouTube right now, then I will.
I'm pretty
Don't
sure
hear
it's on
words.
YouTube.
Yeah, Mitch.
All right.
Mitch.
What-
I was gonna
Oh, we
censor
can't
Psycho
censor.
2. You don't deserve it.
Wait, am I doing the 1948 one?
Give me 1 second. Let me just go.
Because apparently there's like 17 Ags.
holy shit,
Yeah, there's like a lot.
It's the 2007 one.
2007.
Or wait,
Oh,
1 second. Wait, no, it's the 1994 one. My bad.
1994.
Okay.
All right. Live announcement, not live news feed. New video
Yeah.
from I Hate Everything.
Oh shit,
First one.
I hate Funko Pop vinyls.
I love it. We'll watch it later. Hey, subscribe to I Hate Everything. Like and comment. He's a great guy. I love him.
Why are we advertising for other people?
Oh my god.
Because he's
Vern.
he's God.
Why
He's
not?
Bae.
And you upload a new video.
Yeah. All right.
That's your last sentence, right?
Without further ado.
Is that it? Jeremy, you're up. Do him last.
Roy, because Roy already knows what I'm sentencing.
Yeah.
Last week I sentenced him Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
I loved it.
He loved it.
Loved it.
It broke him.
It broke me. It broke me quite a bit.
You knew
Now-
it would.
I didn't cry, but I was soulless for a while.
I'm gonna give him a movie that will make him cry.
2 days.
Good Will Hunting. He has never seen it.
You what?
I've never seen Good Will Hunting.
Such a fantastic movie.
Yeah, good
Joe, you're getting Joe.
With Nicolas Cage.
That's a thing.
Yeah, it's called Joe.
It's a good movie. It's a good movie. Trust me.
No,
But it's
I
also-
believe you.
it's
I
also
it's a meme.
Depressing, but
I'm used to it.
he's used to it. He watched Funny Games. He
Dude,
watched Requiem for a Dream.
Bless you, hon. Dude, Requiem for a Dream's so good, but so
Yeah, in your top 10 of all time.
Top
like,
10.
Like I was like objectively good though.
Hey, no, he's right. He's right.
Yeah.
No, I can't shit on it.
Jack, last week I sentenced you a Takashi Miike film by the title of Audition.
Yes.
You need a little bit of a breather, my friend. You're watching Dumb and Dumber.
Yes! Yes!
I still have never seen that.
Oh!
About time. I have a reason to watch it.
Yes. And now,
Oh! I've been waiting for this.
Wanting
Mitch.
to wasn't reason enough.
Mitch, you pissed us off this week.
Okay, fuck you too.
We were gonna kill you yesterday,
Good. You should have.
but we decided you have to suffer first.
Yeah, if we were to kill him, I wouldn't have seen Ag.
Yeah. So I was gonna sentence you Psycho 2,
Which is really good.
which is a really good movie. You don't deserve it.
Instead, you're getting Shrek.
But you know what?
No,
I'm gonna
sorry,
be a
Phyllis.
little bit generous.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you a choice. You have
No, don't give him a
No,
choice.
no,
Don't
no,
give him a
no.
choice.
Don't
You
give
know
him a
which
choice,
one.
guys.
You know which
It's
one.
lose-lose either way.
he's
No,
got
but-
he's got
No.
two options.
No, he doesn't have two options.
A or B, pick one.
Get on with it.
A or B, pick one.
These are both
See,
films by
one of
a
the above.
filmmaker, a German filmmaker named Marian Dora.
He's really good. He's really good. He's a good filmmaker.
So it's German, so you're obviously going to hate
German,
it.
you're gonna love it.
I know which one it is.
This,
You might not. It might.
Anyone who doesn't know who Marian Dora is, look him up or her. We don't know.
They say he's the next Walt Disney.
It's,
yeah,
it's
he
an
could be.
anonymous name. Your two options this week, Mitch, are a movie called Cannibal
Mm.
and a movie called The Angel's Melancholy.
I called it.
Which
You
one?
lose either fucking
Which
way.
one do you want?
Which one is more readily available?
They're
on
both
the same
available.
website.
I
Both
have links
available.
to both of them. Trust
He
me.
has the links. He has the links. He's
I have
loaded.
links to both of them.
He is loaded.
The Angel's Melancholy.
Oh.
You chose so wrong.
No, he chose correct. He chose correct.
He chose correct.
He
Cannibal's
chose
worse.
Cannibal's worse.
Oh,
Cannibal.
God.
It's worse. Trust me.
How is Cannibal
I take his
worse?
word.
We'll get to Cannibal next, or Cannibal.
Let's not talk about that on the
Maybe
podcast.
next
Let's
week.
just talk about that personally, because we want to discuss that.
No, we're
Oh,
discussing.
we're going to discuss
I
it.
meant publicly.
This is
Hey, don't worry. I'll live stream myself watching all of his movies
Yep.
in one go.
Me and
gonna happen.
Me and Roy are live streaming Marian Dora's films, and yeah, maybe Jack, maybe Mitch, maybe if he's a fan of it.
Maybe we all will.
Maybe Joe, you ready? You're right today.
No breaks.
It
There's
might-
going to be
it
zero
might
breaks
kill
though.
him. He might
No
die.
breaks.
He would die.
No
We might all
breaks.
die.
No bathroom breaks. No food breaks. We're gonna watch 24 hours, all of his movies.
You make me
So yeah, I will send you that link.
Okay.
Actually, right now.
That way you don't forget.
It's on a website called fedupmovies.com.
Hey, it's a good website. Check it out. Free for the family.
Shut the fuck up.
Ag. I sent some Persona.
A good movie,
Yeah,
mind you.
Him?
Both of
Oh,
you.
yeah, you shouldn't have sentenced him for something. He deserves so much
Wait,
worse.
what's next? Oh, John Wick,
Oh,
John Wick.
Parabellum.
Chapter 3.
Parabellum.
Keanu Reeves.
Something we've been all talked about.
Matrix
We've already discussed this.
triple
On the
threat.
podcast.
but Not on the podcast.
Joe, you're the biggest John Wick fan. I know.
am.
What'd you think?
Yeah, you like John Wick movies more than us.
Okay, so so I'm gonna start by ranking my feelings on the John Wick movies, like for all three. It goes 3, 1, 2.
But Chuck, talk about
No,
John
I
Wick
would
3.
explain why. Like, I love Parabellum so much because it was so out there. Like, visually, it was leagues above the other two. Like, they had some amazing, incredible shots. Like, in John Wick 2, they played around with mirrors and light play a lot, and that was really cool. In this movie, they did it to a lesser extent, but the way they did it was gorgeous, and it was perfectly visually stunning, and it really got my attention. Just even glancing at the screen, even if I was like glancing off to the side for whatever the fuck reason, playing like at a movie. Why the fuck would you do that? But either way, I got my attention. It got my attention, and I was just like taken back. Every single scene I think was like filmed like and shot perfectly, like from the perfect angles and like the perfect view, and I thought it was just gorgeous. The acting was about the same as every other John Wick, as in. It was good.
How do you like the choreography?
The fighting choreography?
Yeah.
That was fantastic. It was hilarious. You don't think of funny when you think of John Wick, but this movie was funny. The fight scenes, they actively made an effort to be humorous with, even though technically they weren't supposed to be technically humorous. It was supposed to be like struggle.
I think we were just high. I don't know. We thought it was a comedy of the year. It was a comedy of the year. It was the funniest movie I have ever seen in my life. I laughed more times than I cried.
It was hilarious. And the scene with the dog, I totally got.
Yeah.
Yeah, like...
I'm trying to... Because it looks like your dog.
It does. It looks like my sister's dog more than Rosie.
It looks like you more than anything.
I look like a dog. What do you want? Fuck you.
Just stating a fact.
I know.
I think that this is also the best one. Because the first one, it's like this really grounded thriller.
Mm-hmm.
The second one's this...
It's more like a testing. It's like a test. They're testing what people like.
The second one's like an action movie. This third one's like a ballet opera of bullshit. And it's beautiful. I think the humor... They should have just cut the humor out. I love the humor, but... It feels very misplaced.
Kind of takes you away.
I'm very interested to see what they're going to do with the fourth.
Yeah.
What do you think, Jeremy?
I thought I really loved it. I thought it was hilarious as well. I still think the first one is my favorite, slightly above this one.
Yeah, I agree.
I think this is the second best one. I think this one has some of the best like fighting choreography of any action movie in the past like 10 years at least. I don't know.
Well, I'll argue.
11?
I can argue hot about that one.
What about 11?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Hey,
Anything's possible.
God damn, I hate you guys.
Is that it?
I mean, what can be... I'm sure people have seen it, but like...
What else really is there to be said about
Yeah,
it?
you know? I think that...
Shut up, Joe. Love you.
I think that movie is a test to see who the true fans of John Wick are.
Really?
And that... Think about it. It blows the first two, narratively.
Out of the water, right?
Like, it's just so out there. It makes me think that Part 4 is going to be this 2.5-hour nonsense fest.
Or maybe it's going to be an epic.
Well, nonsense fest in the good way.
I'm totally down for it.
I think this is the one where it's going to determine whether you're a fan or a moviegoer.
Or if you want them to fuck off.
That's true. I just think
definitely a fan.
I think it's kind of funny that in all three movies, John Wick says yeah, literally all the time.
But because
I think that's hilarious.
That
was his last line in this movie. You pissed, John?
Yeah.
that's
Bitch gonna get cut like a motherfucker.
Well, that's what I love so much about it. Like
Morpheus was awesome in this movie.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he really was. But that's why I love John Wick so much. Like they stated it in the beginning. He does not mince words. If it literally shows that all you need is a couple words to show your true feelings.
No, yeah. I'm just saying that, like, plot-wise, to be honest, like, this movie, it was really dumb.
It was fucking.
It was really dumb. But everything, the visuals, there's a lot of good shots. There was a lot of good shots.
It works.
The fighting, there's a lot. It's really good fighting. It's like, it's so good. I've never seen anything like that good. And it was nonstop. It felt like you couldn't breathe because you wanted to take it all.
It was a 2-hour endurance test.
It really was.
Basically.
It's definitely something.
Yeesh.
Jesus Christ! Not in front of the kids.
Yes, in front of the kids.
That's
wrong
it.
with you?
Call 911. Joe, get out of here. You're out of the podcast.
I like you're giving me shit while this guy's going, like, coming next to me.
Well, we'll deal with Mitch in about a week from now.
If he's still here.
I think he's gonna die.
So,
I'm okay with
What
that.
did you think of the movie?
Honestly, I thought John Wick was probably my favorite one out of the three. I mean,
They're all John Wick.
They're all
Give
John
me
Wick.
chapter 3.
Yeah, that's what I said.
You said John Wick.
John Wick.
sorry.
Did you mean the first one?
That's
Third
right. I'm like,
See, I like the first one.
I'm like, oh.
I like the first one because it's the first one.
No, I like the first one because it's grounded.
I was kidding.
I was kidding too.
Go on, Mitch.
Fuck it. Fuck you.
Yeah, no, I like the third one the best. Basically, just for all the other reasons that you guys pretty much said, with like the nonstop action and then like the other funnier portions of this movie. I mean, maybe it was just one of those things where it's like, of course, I mean, it wasn't supposed to be funny, but I mean, it just came off as funny to us with the way that like everything sort of was portrayed. I mean, the parts where like.
I feel like there was humor. Like
There
did,
absolutely was.
but like some of the parts.
But we were the only ones laughing.
No, there were scenes that had intentional comedy. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But no one in our theater was laughing
There's
at
a
it.
bunch of bitches.
Yeah.
And then like what he's saying, it's like the moments that weren't funny but came off really funny
We
or fucking hilarious. So it's
Yeah.
like I don't know what to think.
Like,
All the reviews I've read, they never said it was
I
funny. They
love
just said it was a
unintentional
good
comedy. I
action
love unintentional
time. So
comedy.
So what would you guys would you rate it?
4.
4.
I gave it 5.
You did give it a 5 out of 5. That's right.
4.5.
I'm at a 4. So that was a little Parabellum discussion. Sorry we didn't really talk too much. I'm sure you all have seen it by now. If you haven't,
If you
Go-
haven't, go do it.
go watch the movie. It's definitely worth. You. If you don't like it, we understand. We hear it.
We do?
Save it for the.
I didn't
Yeah,
know
of course we do.
I was
Come on.
kidding.
Come on. We
Sorry.
we hear it. Save it for the podcast. Completely understand why you wouldn't hate this movie.
Nobody is allowed individual thought. No, I don't.
We really don't care what you think.
By the way, Mitch, you're not allowed to look up anything about this movie. You have to go in blind.
Now,
Jesus.
is there also any chance I can maybe switch to Cannibal, or is that
You don't
or
want
is there
to.
no chance of that whatsoever?
You don't want to.
No, don't worry about it.
I just thought
Don't worry about it.
You can
I'll
change the
fix.
cannibal if you want.
Okay.
But I wouldn't if you.
You want to?
Yeah.
So
fine.
yeah, I want to make this clear. Say Jeremy decides not to watch the movie I gave him, he cannot sentence me a movie next week. If none of us watch Ghost in the Shell, for some fucking reason, we can't sentence Roy next week,
Good.
but he can still sentence us.
Also live change because why not? Mitch
I
wanted to
decided
go.
I was going to go Cannibal.
He decided to go cannibal.
Oh my God, what's wrong? It's the worst.
We all told him that he made the right decision.
Man, God help you. Go to the nearest church and get some holy water or
God has
something.
nothing to do with
Get
this,
the-
let's be real.
God has everything to do with that movie.
No.
It really is.
Like
Based off a
have you
true
s-
story.
Oh, God.
Is it really?
It's
Wait,
based
really?
off a true story.
Yeah, cannibals.
All right,
based on
wait.
a true story.
Can we all have a moment of silence for Mitch?
Everybody hold hands.
Hold hands.
Don't hold our hands.
No, I'm not holding hands.
Hold my hand.
I'm holding hands, I guess.
He's holding hands.
They're holding me against my own will. I don't
Yes,
like this.
Mitch is holding himself against his own.
Godspeed,
right now.
Mitch. So if I decide to not watch Ag, which I probably won't,
You probably will.
I probably will watch it. Then, if by any means I don't watch it, then Mitch, I can't send you. But then you could send me something else next week.
He's gonna be a broken man next week.
I hope he kind of sends me it. You know, if he does, then so be it.
What? Cannibal?
Yeah, why not?
Fuck you. I don't know.
Don't send this me, though, because I want to live stream it.
You wanna live
24.
stream
Blind. Absolutely blind.
Just send it. You have it
Have
sent
you-
in live
you-
stream it when you get sentenced to it.
Jeremy, you've seen it already,
No,
right?
I want to see
I've
all of
seen
his
both
movies.
Oh my God, why?
How are you still breathing?
Because he's a damaged soul.
I watched Angel's Melancholy and thought that was worse than Saul, worse than Serbian film, worse than anything
Sal's
I've
a-
seen.
Near M word.
Well, Sal's a good
I'm
movie.
talking about worse in terms of disturbing.
Oh yeah.
Most disturbing.
Speaking of disturbing,
Jesus God.
Oh yes.
Let's-
Let's talk about our sentences this week.
let's talk about yeah. So we're gonna all share a couple movies that we watched this week due to our sentencing
I hate us.
Last week.
last week. I watched a bunch of movies that weren't my sentencing, so I won't
You watched
refrain
a
from
lot.
those. Yeah. So I'll refrain from those.
Movies are what you do, man.
That is what I
expected
study
at
'em.
this point, Yeah.
Jeremy, you could do 2 movies that you want to talk about.
What time do you want?
Oh, 4. Okay, yeah. So I should probably head up
Yeah.
on that.
So
that
Mitch
way.
is gonna leave because he's gotta go to work. So say
Oh,
goodbye to
loser.
Mitch,
What a
everybody.
loser.
Bye, Mitch.
This will be the last time you ever see him.
Alive.
Right.
He's in the wheeling.
If you ever wondering where's Mitch in the next episode, you'll know why.
God help. You gotta watch that with Kara.
No.
No.
Oh my God,
No,
yes.
don't watch it with her.
You do. My respect You're out of the shithole
She
for
will
me.
fucking break
No,
up
Okay,
with you.
don't do it.
do
Don't
not
do that
do
to
it.
her.
Mitch,
Don't
if
do
you
it.
do, I will not send you to Melancholy Angel next week.
Don't.
Mitch and
Next week.
No,
I will
don't
give
please.
you.
Next week.
I will give
Please
you
no.
a good movie.
Okay.
Not
Just
that I
don't
did
make
give
her
you a
watch
good
it. Don't
Fine.
force her. Oh,
movie.
you.
You have to watch it with her.
Jesus God.
I'm sure
I
you
still
will.
can't believe you never watched Apocalypse Now before I sent this to you.
I did. I sent it to
When
him.
did I send this to you?
Right after October.
Did you watch it?
Yes.
What did you think?
What's up?
Did you like Hunt for October?
No, what did he send it to you?
No, you gave me Train to Busan. And then,
Oh, that's right.
He didn't like Train to Busan.
I thought you were going to give me that to prove a point to me. That's what I was convinced. That's what we were all. The two of us were convinced. We're like,
Can I please send it to you?
you had no.
Too late
I
now.
know. Well, then
Hey,
you
it's
watch
not
it
too
Hey,
late.
next week.
next week. Yeah.
Maybe I'm going to watch
You
Train
guys
Busan
are-
instead of
You
Ag.
guys are messing.
You might as well.
Hey, Mitch sends me Train to Busan.
You guys are have to remind me of what
And
my
there was-
sentences
wait,
were.
hold up, and there was just
Yeah,
four
I'm
just so
movies
tired,
this
I'm
week
sorry.
for all of us?
Yeah, because Joe did not see the movies.
Yeah.
All right, have a good day at work.
Fuck you.
Alright, talk to you guys later.
You have shit taste in movies.
He really does.
Yeah, so Mitch sentenced me Train to Busan, so that's what I'm going to be watching. You all heard it, right?
Yeah, I heard it.
Right?
What the heck's egg?
Eggs are what you eat.
What the hell is egg?
I'm not watching.
I thought egg was an important plot device in
So, Jeremy?
funny games.
Funny game. Good movie, guys.
All right.
10 out of
so
10.
You.
I'll talk about Akira.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Well,
yes, please.
Yeah, we got. Yeah.
I'm
Anime
excited now because I didn't
time.
get a chance to look at it.
Anime time.
Best anime movie I've ever seen in my life.
This is only the third anime movie I've ever seen in my entire life, and that was along with Spirited Away and Perfect Blue. And this is my second favorite anime.
I mean,
Blue is your first.
Yeah.
hey, Purple's a masterpiece. You just don't understand.
No, Black Swan's a masterpiece, and you don't
No.
understand.
Red Shoes is a masterpiece. And you don't understand.
My cat's looking at me angrily.
Go on.
This movie's batshit fucking crazy.
I love-
I
yeah.
love it. It's chaotic. It's like
That's anime.
yeah. Well,
It's so anime.
yeah.
Have you seen it?
No, but I can already tell.
Joe.
The
I
ending
said
of
it
this
to you.
movie
Come on.
is just brilliant. It's brilliant. It's fantastic. Like the last I don't know, 30 minutes or so.
It's a mind fuck of a movie.
It's a mindfuck of a movie. Like I was on the edge of my seat. Like what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen?
I love this.
Oh!
I love this so much. I'm so glad.
Canada.
Canada!
I'm so glad you guys liked it a lot.
Oh, I
really
almost
am.
fived it. I almost gave it a
I'm so
5.
happy.
I almost 5'd it as well. Actually,
I think on a rewatch, it will probably be a masterpiece for me.
Yeah, the ending is just so.
I'm still thinking about it.
I know, me
it's,
too.
It's like it's a hybrid action, sci-fi, punk,
No.
noir movie, and there's not a single misstep.
Nope.
And if there is, it's minimal.
Yep.
Unreal. I couldn't believe it. It's so good.
Um,
If you're not a fan of anime like Jeremy and I are, give it a chance. Give that movie a chance.
well, he was saying that we're not fans of anime, but yeah, definitely give it a chance.
Roy and I are the anime guys here.
Yeah, and he didn't fucking watch it.
Dude, you know my schedule.
So we
Fuck
both,
off.
Jeremy and I would both give Roy sentencing for us, Akira, a 4.5 out of 5. We loved it. Loved it to death.
Makes me happy.
What's the next movie? Last movie you'd like to talk
Third Man.
about?
Yes, I saw that too.
And now, yeah, that was my sentencing for them. This was before we
I'm
started.
interested in hearing what you guys thought about my movies that I sentenced.
The ones we didn't watch. Or,
Yeah, you didn't watch.
The ones we
Which
didn't
one did you
watch.
Oh yeah, well, I'll talk. Yeah,
I was running out of time, and since you didn't watch any movies, I was like, not
What
But
did
I
you
will
sentence
eventually.
again?
Red October.
Right?
Oh, yeah, that was me.
Wait, what did you send to me?
I do want to watch that though, because I like Sean
You sent it to
Connery.
me?
What did I sentence
I have no clue. I'm going through your letter about. You guys talk about the Third Man because I sent.
Talk about the Third Man, because I saw it too, and it's great. I love it. You love it more than I did. You loved it a little more than I
This
did.
movie's a masterpiece. This movie's
It's a
hilarious.
perfect movie.
This movie is intense. This movie is gorgeous. Like the cinematography,
Oh, it's so beautiful.
Dutch angles done perfectly well.
Oh, there's so
Not-
many good shots.
Angels.
Not quite as good as Battlefield Earth. But second tier.
Big
Hey.
Trouble.
Of course.
Oh, Big Trouble. That's right.
Wait, have any of us seen Battlefield Earth?
I've
No.
seen Battlefield
I have
Earth.
sadly.
Yeah.
I seen it when I was in California, and I
Hey.
thought it was a masterpiece, along with Pixels. So there's something wrong with
So
me.
it can't
there's
be a
something wrong
sentence.
with
The thing with the Third Man is that it's a textbook example on how to make a perfect movie.
Mm.
The villain, Orson Welles, giving his best performance, and I think one of the 10 best performances in cinematic history. You heard that
yeah.
here.
Okay, yeah.
He is so diabolically evil in this movie in the most subtle way. And I love how it balances the artistic with like the camera angles and the music. The zither score, brilliant. With like the really kind of sad fact that this is Vienna after World War II.
Oh.
And you see all this, you see the destruction of the city and these people trying to survive, and it's so fucked up.
Oh, the score. Oh,
Yeah.
Score's pretty good.
It's up there. It's like probably top 20 favorite scores. Maybe not. It could go high. I love this.
I think it's in my top 10.
It's so good.
No,
No,
I
you
saw
said
it.
it broke Big Trouble.
It's a Big
Big
Trouble.
Trouble.
You
No,
sent it to
China.
me, Big Trouble in China.
Okay, yeah.
Joe, you gotta check out Third Man.
I will. I absolutely will.
It's on Netflix.
Okay.
The
We
last,
can watch it right
my
now.
absolute
We
favorite
have
part
to
of
do that.
Third Man was the chase
And
scene.
Fiction.
That
Chase.
I was loving
Maybe.
every minute of
No.
it. I was not boring. I wanted it to be longer because it was just so
Please,
good.
me too.
It looked so good. It was just I loved
Also, Anna, fuck yeah. Fuck
it.
yeah.
Well said.
And
Every movie I've seen this week has had one girl so like, fuck yeah.
Even Akira.
Besides Akira.
hey, that's
Alright, what did you think of My Life as a Zucchini?
Okay, you know what? That fucking show is depressing.
I bet
It was. Have you seen it?
No, I haven't.
He sentenced me a movie he hadn't seen.
He broke the
I'm
rules.
not talking about it.
We're not
Really?
talking
No,
about
I'm not talking about it.
it.
You haven't seen it.
Idiot.
I like the movie. What did two movies?
Big Trouble in Little China.
And Eternal Sunshine.
Oh,
I'll talk about Eternal Sunshine later. I'm gonna talk about more definitely into that because I went on a rant on Letterboxd.
Oh yeah, you did.
Big Trouble in Little China. I can't believe it. I'm pretty sure I've seen this movie. I just don't remember it. But it was such a fun time. Kurt Russell does nothing in this movie.
Yep.
He does absolutely nothing. He's the main lead and does nothing,
He's just
and I
there as a
love it.
comedic tool.
I love it so much.
Have you seen it?
No.
Oh my.
He's like the he's like the sidekick, but he's played as the main lead, and it's so confusing. He does nothing.
There, yeah.
I love it so much.
He's like, come on, and then he's like, no.
I love how out of hand it goes. Like,
Yeah.
at first, they're in the truck, they're chasing down these thugs, and I'm like, alright, what's gonna happen? There's a street gang of two gang members just fighting,
Yep.
slicing and dicing, and they're sitting in the truck like, hey, Jack, what's going on? Oh, hey, Jack. Every time he says Jack, just take a sip. Just take a sip. Oh, my
One
God.
of the greatest characters named Jack.
Oh shit, we should totally do that.
Oh, my
My
God.
21st birthday, we're doing that.
Yes.
That's terrible.
Mhm.
But and then the fucking warriors in their stupid hats, the Raiden,
Ah!
Mortal Kombat guys. I was thinking about was it Mortal Kombat? Come on,
Absolutely.
I was thinking about Mortal Kombat the entire time when they showed up. They were laser blasting. They had like their hat was like fucking razors and just killing people.
Man, I need to rewatch this movie.
Oh
Yes,
my
you do.
God,
It's
it
so
was
good.
insane. And my favorite part was when that guy, that tough guy, blew up. It
Yeah.
was like a bubble, it just blows up.
Like a boom.
It made no sense. He had the power.
It was Left 4 Dead, but
I can't.
not zombies.
This movie was something else. Definitely, it was the most fun I had in a
How
while.
many out of 5?
4.
4.
Pretty reasonable.
I
I love that movie. It's one of my favorite John Carpenter movies.
Oh, absolutely.
It's
So
so
you
good.
guys can get your stars for My Life as a Zucchini.
4 out of 5.
4 out of 5? Okay.
And Eternal Sunshine.
Oh my God.
Just-
I love Jim Carrey. I love him so much. I grew. I grew up watching a lot of. I grew up watching Dumb and Dumber. I watched Dumb and Dumber like my every day. Every day before school, I would watch Dumb and Dumber.
This explains your
I'll watch it with you.
I watched Ace
It
Ventura.
really does, doesn't it?
I watched Ace Ventura for the first time and I loved it. It was great.
Ace Ventura, me too. I watch all of his movies, all of his
You're right.
like comedy
So
movies.
suggestive,
But
every
nothing
single
beats-
one.
I've never seen him in a serious role. I mean, I've seen Dark Crimes. Don't watch it. It's
Have
terrible.
you seen Truman
Garbage.
Show?
What?
The
That
Truman
was a-
Show?
that was a serious
No,
role.
I've seen that one. That's the one I've seen.
But that's a serious role.
Yeah, that's a serious role.
Have you seen the number 23?
I've seen number 23.
Hey,
It's
the pen is
trash.
Just
Absolutely.
remember that. The pen is blue.
Oh god.
Another great movie.
It's a dumb movie, but
love it.
I've always wanted to see him in like in a good role that's serious, right? Besides Truman
Hey,
Show.
then I'm going to sentence you Eternal Sunshine and the Spotless Mind for you to watch. Oh, wait!
Oh, wait.
You watched
I
it!
already did. This is the most unique movie I've ever seen. Like, unique romance movie I've ever seen.
It's not even a romance movie. It's literally the opposite.
Well,
No, it is a romance.
It's a
movie.
romance
It
movie.
is, but at the same time, it's not.
No, it really is. How is it not?
Well, because it's literally about getting over romance. So it's like it is, but at the same time, it's the
But
it's
the
the opposite.
But it's
flashbacks.
also about not for. He's still in love. With her.
I know, but the point it's like because like that's like the depressing part about it. Like you're trying to get over her, but you don't want to because you want to hold on to those memories, even though you're in the process of fucking erasing them.
Yeah, exactly.
So like that's why. It's like why to me
It's just
both
it's a
a romance-
tragic.
anti-
It's a tragic
I'm
romance.
anti-romance.
I think it's more so an anti-romance because
Yeah.
it's.
I'm just saying it's really unique. I've never
not-
seen a movie.
No, I totally agree with what you're saying, Joe.
I understand what you're saying too. I'm just saying it's a unique movie I haven't seen
It's fantastic.
done before.
It is
I've seen
so
concepts
good.
of like erasing memories, this and that, right? Taking someone else's identity, being somebody else. I've seen all these tropes, but this is the most original work from Hollywood I've ever seen ever. I'm in this genre.
Okay.
In this genre.
Romantic comedy, science
So-
fiction.
Yeah.
Romantic
What a
science
weird
fiction.
what a
Yeah,
weird thing.
When I sentenced Jack Audition, I watched it this week so I could like refresh my mind of what he's about to go through. I couldn't do that with Eternal Sunshine because that movie affects me. In a
That
different
movie,
way.
at the end of the movie, I was
Cannot.
soulless. I was
It is
speechless.
It's a gut-wrenching movie.
Really
Yeah.
dumb, sappy thing I'm about to say.
God
I watched
damn
that movie
Oh yeah.
and I watched it. I watched it when I was getting over my
Oh
ex-girlfriend,
my God.
and I was like, oh my god, this doesn't help at all. But whatever. And then I watched it with Rachel, my girlfriend now, like months into our relationship, and I'm like, oh my god, I think I'm in love with this girl. This is weirdly enough, this is the movie that I'm like, oh no, not this again. But yeah, I think on a rewatch for me it'll be a 5. Jim Carrey should have been nominated for the Oscar. He wasn't. It's such a good movie.
I already have it at 5. That's
Understandable.
one of the best movies.
Going back to Requiem for a Dream, I watched that after my breakup.
Oh my god.
That's even worse.
You guys need to-
That's my
you guys need
fault.
to
That was
Stop.
literally
fault,
his
guys.
fault. He did it to me.
I watched it like a week before, and
You
I
guys need
needed
to
to watch it
stop.
again. I don't know why, but I needed to watch
Yeah,
it
Eternal
again.
Sunshine's a really good movie, guys.
Yeah, really good movie.
What would you give it? Perfect.
I give it a 4.5. I think.
Even the cinematography in the movie is amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kate Winslet, that might be my favorite performance of hers. I'm a big fan of hers.
Yeah. Elijah Wood. I always forget he's in it.
Mark
Yeah.
Ruffalo's in it.
Oh,
You
yeah.
see his ass.
That's right.
And Kirsten Dunst.
Hulk. He's in there. No.
But you see the Hulk's ass before it got big and green.
Yeah.
I wish
What's
it was.
that hairstyle? First of all.
Oh, I don't know.
What
It's
is
Mark-
that
It's Mark
hairstyle?
Ruffalo falls off anything.
I can't believe it. It looks
But
good.
I like how he's like, hey guys, what are you doing? He's so pointless, but I love him.
He's so good.
I love how Mark Ruffalo is so good in everything.
And he lost was super creepy. You were right. He was really creepy, but I love him too still.
So the only movie I get to talk about is Audition, because Mitch sentenced me Blade 2, which I've seen, which I found out I've seen. Joe sentenced me
My Life is
Zucchini,
Zucchini.
which depressing, but watch it.
Is it really good?
Yeah, it was really good. Roy sent me Akira. We talked about Terrorizers. So can I just throw in a movie I've seen?
Yeah.
I watched outside of the...
Yeah.
Sure.
So I'm going to talk about Audition first.
Jesus.
Jeremy sentenced me this movie, and Roy and Jeremy have been hyping up this movie for
This
about
movie's-
6 months now.
Beautiful.
Of how great it is and of how fucked up it is.
Yeah. It's so good. It's not a masterpiece for me, but it has the possibility
Like
of
a
being
workup.
one. I feel like on the first watch, it's
It's a lot to take.
It's a lot
it's
to
a lot
take
to
in.
take in. But I
Especially
feel
on the third act.
the second, I feel the second watch it'll be. I like how this is both a misogynistic movie, but also a feminist movie, and like how it shows like how in the misogynistic way, the audition. It's this guy whose wife died, and his son's like, "Hey, you should get married again. You should find happiness." He's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna do that." How does he do that? No. Does he go on Tinder? No. Does he go on Craigslist? No.
Well, give the
Well-
guys credit. They didn't exist. It didn't exist.
Hey,
back
they very well could have.
It could have.
He
Very well
literally
could
did a
have.
casting couch.
He did a cast. Yes, great. He did a casting couch, and
Favorite
I,
porno.
they were judging these women on their talents and how they looked, how how big their breasts were. It's like that's horrible.
It is.
And then like he finds the girl of his dreams, and She's so hot. Anyway, and it's like, and all he wants to do is just fuck her. He thinks he's in love with her, and he probably is, but
He just likes
he
the
wants that
tits.
slice. He
wants a slice.
He wants a
just
slice.
wants the tits.
No, he wants
You know
everything.
what I meant.
But then, like, the third act, it's like, no, women are not these objects where you can just fuck them and
Right, yeah.
trick them. And then things snap, and I think that's really kind of empowering. I bet you Kill Bill had audition-inspired Kill Bill.
Definitely.
Oh, yeah, I see it.
And how it handles its female character. I'm not going to say too much about Audition because I want you guys to watch it,
No, I haven't seen it.
and Joe hasn't seen it.
Man, it's fucked.
It's so fucked up,
Well,
but...
you know, when people talk about this movie, normally they talk about it's one of the most disturbing movies of all time, and it is. But I think more so, it's one of the saddest movies of all time.
Yes.
When you really think about it.
Yeah.
Every time I watch it, like I'm less affected by the
Gore.
by the gore,
The torture.
and
Yeah, we all know what
shit.
happens.
Yeah. I'm less affected by that because I've seen it a couple times already, but I'm more affected by this girl's story and what she's gone through and just first
How
of
she end
all,
up?
knowing that she's been going through this since like 7 years old
Yeah.
Jesus.
is
So that's why it's
is
nice.
like yeah.
Good movie.
Good movie, guys.
In a very small voice.
The last movie I'm going to talk about before we do a little switch on some Tarantino discussion, Tarantino talk.
Tarantino time.
I'm going to talk about a movie that I'm going to talk about a movie called Sorcerer.
Oh.
And this is a movie that Joe bought me because I bought him shit. And he's like, hey, I'm like, hey, you owe me money. He's like, all right, pick out a movie. And I pick out this movie. This is a masterpiece. This is a movie that just like bombed in the 70s. It's like with like Heaven's Gate and like all those movies from like those the big directors of the 70s where they all fucked up and they made movies that didn't make money and then no one liked them. This thing it's starting to get a reappraisal, which it should. It's a remake of a French thriller called The Wages of Fear, which is a masterpiece too. But this movie, Sorcerer, it's like its own separate thing. It's like a retooling, a modern take, and it's no wonder this thing bombed. It's a genre film, being sold as a genre film, but it's an experimental film within it. Like the director William Friedkin, the guy who did French Connection and The Exorcist.
Oh.
I'm like, this is a guy who you can't even tell. You know what I mean? Like he's so like matured. The Exorcist came before Sorcerer. So it's French Connection, Exorcist, and then Sorcerer. Between that span, it's so different. It's such a different style. And it's so sad, and it's so thrilling. Knuckles were white. Oh my god, it's so nerve-wrenching. Roy Scheider, I'm a big fan of him. He's in Jaws and all that shit. One of his best performances. Watch this movie. Give it a chance. Give it the love it deserves. I'm not going to say too much just because I don't want to spoil it for these guys. And this is a movie that...
You gotta bring it over.
Yes, no doubt. This is a movie that I would like to watch with you guys, or you guys watch, and then like we can have a discussion about it. It's one of those movies. Spoiler filled, of course, and we would make the episode and tell people spoilers. But
spoilers.
It's so good. It's so goddamn good, and
I'm
couldn't.
happy my money went to something.
Yes.
You made some excellent trades for that. I think the movies that I traded for it are still in your car.
No, I gave them to you.
Oh, right there in the cabinet. Never mind.
Space Jam and Space Jam, a John Wick 3 ticket, and something else.
I'm gonna go check real quick.
Some more cane sauce.
Yeah, cane sauce.
Cane sauce is good. I don't understand.
Now.
Well, I have one more movie to talk about. The movie I watched today.
Oh, it was the original John Wick.
Oh no, you don't get to talk about that.
No,
Dude, it was the original John Wick.
John Wick 2.
No, it was John Wick 1.
I thought it was 2 I had.
I don't know, dude.
I thought it was 2 I had because you bought John Wick.
Oh, yeah, it's 2. I didn't see the 2 on blind.
What a dumbass.
Jeremy watched Vertigo. He thought it was a masterpiece. That's all we're going to say.
Yeah.
He doesn't get to talk about it because he didn't choose to talk about it. He chose to talk about Akira.
What a dumbass.
I thought we were doing pick two, and then we
I said,
do the
fuck
other
you!
two.
No, you're an idiot.
No.
You're an idiot.
I said pick 2 movies that you want to talk about.
Fucking idiot.
I was choosing the best for last. Is what I was doing.
You
That's
fucked
too
up.
bad. You fucked up.
You
Can't talk
fucked
about
up.
Vertigo anymore.
Vertigo's good.
Now it's time for Tarantino. Tarantino talk. Woo. So, Tarantino's newest movie, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, is coming out 2 months, and we're all very hyped for it. So we have begun our delve into his filmography once again.
Yet again.
We watched Reservoir Dogs yesterday.
Reservoir Dogs.
And we're here to talk about it.
Can I just start off by saying that was probably the best part of Jeremy's party because a lot of people that were there that I didn't even know were coming, and it was hosted at my house.
Neither did I.
We all regretted it, and we hated the fact that they were.
No
here.
offense if you guys are listening, but yeah, fuck you.
Fuck you.
Fuck you!
There were straight up people that I was never told that were gonna be there.
Like Jeremy.
Like Jeremy's party.
It's
Jeremy, why are you
literally
here?
my fucking house.
Like,
Get out of the house.
Anyway, let's not taint Reservoir Dogs with
But
some bad
it was,
memories.
It was
the best part.
best part of the fucking thing
Yes.
because we had fun with it and it was actually an enjoyable experience. And then eventually, I don't know if you guys noticed, but people started just crowding around, just sitting down, even though we weren't even noticing them. They were just sort of watching with us.
There were still some people outside.
I know,
Or a
but
shit ton. It was just Zach and Andrew that came over.
I know, but there were also a few more that came in and sat right here and watched.
Oh,
Well,
good for them.
Good for them.
Tarantino does.
13, yeah.
So Reservoir Dogs.
Reservoir Dogs.
We all, we can just kind of
Let's just
spitball.
talk. Yeah.
Yeah.
We've all seen it.
It's such a. We established that we understand why Spike Lee fucking hates Tarantino.
Yes, yes.
Hey, Spike Lee's good.
Yeah, he
hey,
is.
Spike Lee's fucking amazing. Spike Lee's better than Tarantino.
He is. But I
can't
totally
tell
understand
me.
why
It's
he
the
fucking. Shut the fuck
I
up.
haven't seen Tarantino movies. Drink the cane sauce. We gotta have this here for every podcast.
Yes.
No.
Absolutely.
No,
We have to let it. We have to let it age.
Maybe it gets better with aging. Maybe that's why it tastes so good.
So far, it has.
Oh my
Please put it
god.
Put it down. No, but like his almost excessive use of racial pejoratives is like I never really thought.
He's
about it
talking
before.
about
the N-word. Yes.
the N word.
Please don't say it.
I'm not going
I'm
to
not
say
going to
it
say it.
because
Thank
I'm
God.
not a
Say
fucking
it.
degenerate.
You are.
I mean, I am, but I'm not that kind of.
Yeah,
degenerate.
wait till the end. To say
Only
it.
Ian can
Yeah,
say it,
yeah.
and that's okay.
Yeah.
It's just like after taking switching my major to communication and being forced to take a lot of like more progressive classes, it's not a bad thing. Like being politically correct isn't the worst thing in the world. This isn't a discussion about that, but like listening to it, it's like abrasive now. Like hearing it, and I understand even more that that's the effect that he's going for when he uses it. But I totally fucking get why Spike Lee hates him.
But it's still hilarious, though.
Oh my god.
Most of the time,
No, just
it
stop.
brings out the laughs.
Not for
Can't
anyone.
confirm. or
Hey,
deny.
if you're ever hired by Quinn, you already know.
It's
You
a-
got the impasse.
It's like solid. It's
Spike
nervous
Lee,
laughter.
Spike Lee put Tarantino in one of his movies. Fun fact.
Really?
Did he?
Yeah,
What
Girl
movie?
6.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and Tarantino plays himself, and he's like a sleaze bag.
I love it.
So he plays Tarantino.
Which movie was it?
Girl 6.
I saw that.
I saw that.
I was thinking about it, and yeah, he did play a total fucking sleazebag.
So Reservoir. Okay,
Reservoir Dogs.
I love this movie. This was the first Tarantino movie I'd ever seen, and I remember walking in on my parents watching it, and it was the infamous ear cutting scene, and they were laughing their asses off at this kind of fat man. And he's singing the song, and he's got the knife, and he's going do 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 do, and I'm like screaming. I'm like, what the fuck is this? And then my parents recorded it because they wanted to watch it another day. And I remember waking up early the next morning, and I'm like, I'm gonna watch this. And I watched it, and I'm like, this is a good movie.
Ironically
How
enough,
old were you?
Actually,
Actually, say.
10.
technically, my first ever Tarantino movie was Kill Bill Volume 1,
Well, we'll talk about that
Me
when we get
too.
to Kill Bill.
Never.
which I also watched when I was a kid with my mom.
Guys, I'm starting to understand why we're so
Yeah.
fucked up as human beings.
I specifically remember her covering my eyes during the scene where Go-Go gets killed. Her eyes are all.
Yeah, that'd be a really good story if you told during Kill Bill Volume 1.
Shut the fuck up.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that'd be a
talking
really
about
good
the movie.
story if
So
we had
back to
gone there.
Reservoir Dogs,
I love. There's not a bad performance in this movie.
No,
But there
Marvin
Except
Nash.
for
oh, but besides Marvin Nash, I'm sorry.
name's Marvin.
Hey, my name's
Nash.
Marvin Nash.
You call me fucking hero.
What does he say? He slashed my face. He cut my fucking ear off.
Look at the form, man.
I got a kid. He's the worst. I think the best performance in this movie, though, is Michael Madsen.
He's my favorite character in this movie.
Yes, because he's
Mr. Blonde.
He played the fat man, if you guys are wondering.
Yeah.
I think that everyone gives almost a career best performance in this, and they're so believable. Michael Madsen is beyond belief. Like, he's so terrifying in the best way because you don't know what to expect with this dude. Like,
fucking psycho.
He smiles and he's like,
Are you finished? Are you finished? He's pouring the gas on.
God.
Woo, woo, woo.
It's amusing to me to torture a cop. Jesus.
There's not a Joe.
What?
Joe.
God, just how he says, Keitel says Joe. Oh my God. There's one really bad scene in this movie.
Which one?
And it's the end. It's the final 15 seconds of the movie. Spoilers, if you haven't seen Reservoir Dogs. Why are you listening? We're going to give you a 5-second. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The last 30 seconds of the movie, when
the worst shot
Tim Roth he's dead.
Tim Roth?
We find out that he is the mole. Harvey Keitel's cradling his bleeding body. Steve Buscemi just got killed outside at the cops. The cops come and they go, put down the gun! And Keitel's going, and then he shoots Tim Roth in the head. We don't see it, but we can imagine. They shoot Keitel, and then he just waits, and then he goes, and he just falls off screen.
And it's over.
That's the worst thing.
It's
Harvey.
the worst shot I've ever seen. They just keep zooming in. Why the fuck did he keep zooming in?
Well, to intensify the fact.
It didn't work.
No, that worked. I'm saying the performance by Keitel didn't work. He's like, wait, I was supposed to go, oh shit, gotta go now.
Well,
that's it. We can't.
You can interpret it as the first 2 shots missed, and then he gets hit.
Maybe. Other than that, it might be a perfect movie. It might be a 5.
Quentin Tarantino sucks in every role he ever plays, though. Let's be real.
Not Pulp Fiction.
Not Pulp Fiction. Hey,
but
my coffee's the best. You ever had the best coffee?
Yeah, we can't quote too much of that scene. But
Not yet. We're not.
Oh,
there
you're
yet.
right.
No, we just can't quote it in general.
we can't.
They say.
Oh
yeah.
shit! You're right.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Dead person storage. It doesn't have dead person storage.
I think that Reservoir Dogs. I would really like them to make another crime movie.
Yeah.
I feel like Jackie Brown, Pulp Fiction, Hateful Reservoir Dogs. Reservoir Dog. I feel like he should go back to that for his final movie. Go back to his roots. I'd be very interested to see him escape those epics.
Reservoir Dogs too.
Hey, Keitel survives.
Yeah, we're
Mr. Pink
Henry
is
Hill
alive.
Yeah, I think we're all big fans of this movie. Are we not?
Yes.
This is my 3rd favorite Tarantino movie.
For the love of God.
For now.
For now.
Can we please not do another grindcore?
What?
Death Proof. I don't.
We have to.
No, I mean can he please not make another one?
Oh
of those?
yeah.
Oh yeah.
He probably. He agrees that that's his worst movie.
It is a terrible movie. I'm sorry.
Well,
I know you like it.
I don't know because I didn't see
don't
it.
like it.
I like it. I don't love it though.
You like it though, but just because it's Quentin Tarantino.
And Kurt Russell's fantastic.
Kurt Russell. It's Kurt Russell.
If you take Russell out, it's like a 1.5-star movie probably.
It's
Russell.
a B movie made by an A movie director.
Which is intentional.
I know, but I hate it.
Kurt Russell.
Yeah, Reservoir Dogs B movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, B movie.
Steve Buscemi in this movie.
Fantastic.
It was
It's one of his best performances.
The best moment in this movie is when, not in the movie, but when I was just like, I have the same facial hair as Mr. Pink in this movie.
You do.
And I was like, what the fuck?
You are Steve Buscemi.
Yeah, except I don't have bad teeth.
And you
face.
tip.
And you don't believe in tipping. Why don't you believe in tipping?
I don't tip.
Hey, fuck all that.
Why is my name Mr. Brown? It's too close like Mr. Shit.
I know, Julie had the balls to say that.
Jesus.
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
That was such a fucking racist movie.
But I love it.
I love it.
Ratings, boys?
4.5.
4.5.
5.
I'm leaning towards a 5 as well.
4.5.
I might lean
It's
to a
just-
5.
This movie just gets better every time I watch it.
I think this is the best movie of his to watch with a group.
Oh, absolutely.
Pulp Fiction.
Or Bastards.
Yes.
Here's why Reservoir Dogs. It's 90 minutes. You're hanging out with your friends. You're watching dudes be dudes. Pulp Fiction.
it's not
Pulp-
watching dudes be dudes.
Pulp Fiction, there's a lot to it. You know what I mean? You got to
Yeah.
kind of like pay attention more. Bastards, you definitely have to pay attention more. I think with Reservoir Dogs, it's a nice chilling out movie.
And it's quick.
And it's quick.
It's really quick.
That's why I think it's his best movie to watch as a group.
Mm.
Bastards and Pulp Fiction are better movies, I think.
Oh, absolutely.
But this is the movie to watch, I think, with a group. Now, we're going to do one more thing, talk a little bit before we do our final story wrap-up. Tarantino dropped a new trailer, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. We're just going to kind of give a couple minute thoughts on it.
I have to exclude myself.
Yeah,
because I
you
haven't
go
seen
watch
yet.
it, and then you let
You
us
go watch it.
We'll probably be talking about it for like 10 minutes. So, when I saw the teaser for this movie, I was very worried because this could easily be his most self-indulgent movie yet. As we've seen with Hateful Eight, is probably his most self-indulgent movie yet.
Besides Kill Bill.
Yeah, volume 2, in particular. I think, especially with Hateful Eight Roadshow that just got dropped on Netflix.
Which we're going to watch that.
We'll watch soon. I think that with the teaser had me worried, but I feel as though that this newest one, when the new one came out, I'm not as worried anymore. I kind of see what could happen. It doesn't seem like it's just a hodgepodge of nonsense. I feel like the story's more clear. Not as clear as I expected it to be, because I don't want it to be clear. But there's something to it.
Yeah.
This cast is stacked. This is probably the best ensemble he's had.
This is a good cast. It's an incredible cast. I can't believe it.
I mean, Mike Myers in Bastards is not in this, so.
You're right, but he was in Bohemian Rhapsody,
Which is a better movie than Reservoir Dogs. Hey, Reservoir Dogs didn't win any.
Hey,
Oscars.
Jeremy. Hey, give the Uber app. Hey, maybe we should go and get it and get out of here.
Whoa, just took a shot of Raising Cane sauce.
There's a hair in there. Is that hair?
Oh, you bet it
Or
is.
that's just sauce. No, it's hair. It's from the dog.
The dog. That's the secret ingredient, the hair.
But yeah, I'm very much looking forward to this movie.
When I first saw the teaser for it, I really liked it. I liked the music. I liked what was going on. I just liked.
Oh my god! Yeah.
Yeah, that's my
Yeah,
favorite
that-
part. And the little tune that was happening while that was happening. Yeah, oh my god, I loved it. I wasn't too worried, but with this extended trailer that we saw, I liked it even more. Now I'm more hyped.
I'm not worried at all. If I hate it, whatever. But
Yeah, whatever.
I would say I'm very anticipated for it.
I was never worried, even with the teaser. I mean, I'm the Tarantino buff, so I'm just assuming it's going to be great. I haven't hated a movie of his ever. But
Except for Reservoir Dogs, of course.
except for Reservoir Dogs, one of the worst movies of the 90s for sure.
Next to Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, this cat, I mean, pretty much all his movies have a pretty stacked cast for the most part.
This looks like it's going to be fun.
Besides Death Proof, because you got
And
Kurosawa.
Kill Bill. It's only Uma, really.
Yeah, for the most part, yeah.
Lucy Lau in the first one and David Carradine in the second, but that's about it.
Alright, I finished.
What'd you think?
I don't know what to think. I know that a lot of Hollywood movies love to suck Hollywood's dick.
Yeah.
But it's Quentin, though.
But I don't. That's what I'm about to get to. Like, I don't think Quentin Tarantino's gonna be sucking Hollywood's dick. I think he's gonna be touching kind of the dirty side of it.
Like, since Polanski's going to be in it, and we all know Joe's a big fan of Roman Polanski, because he was married to Sharon Tate when Manson got to her.
Yeah. So this has a lot to it.
Yeah.
And there's a lot to digest. Even just a 2-minute trailer, I can't really put together a full. Did you fucking drink the sauce?
He was gone. He did.
Jeremy said something and I got pissed off, so I panicked, okay?
And there was
Swear
hair.
to
There's hair in the
God,
sauce.
Are you on the spectrum?
He's
I think we
possibly
all
on
are.
this. He very well
Hey.
could be.
Hey, we're going to find out.
No!
Stop!
No! Don't do it.
No.
He's taking an Oreo cookie. He's gonna dip it in the sauce.
I'm taking this away from you.
Never mind. I didn't do it. Thank
Which at least
God.
you're saving it, right?
You're welcome. Yes, I'm putting it in.
And now you just get a good Oreo.
Thank
I
God.
kind of want to do Oreo.
My favorite part of the trailer is when he's in the trailer with Leonardo DiCaprio
With the
character.
little girl.
No, he's in the trailer. He's in his trailer, and then he's like,
I like that.
oh my God, that's so funny.
And I think that's kind of like going to explore an important part of Hollywood, where it's like the little failures are huge and like complete, like this. Kind
Right?
of stuff
Yeah,
really
this
damaging
is
to the
this is pretty
actors.
good. This looks pretty good.
And I think he's going to be addressing that, despite the fact that sometimes he's been known to be shitty to his.
Hey, is that your son? Oh, it's my stunt double.
Don't forget,
I feel like
you're Rick fucking James.
I hope he doesn't lose himself. Lose. You know what I mean? Lose track of what his mission is in the movie, which we don't know. But
I think
because there's so much in this movie,
Yeah.
he can get sidetracked.
there was a lot. Like I was like, it kept switching between things, and I was like, wait a minute, what the fuck?
I'm just worried that's going to happen with this movie,
It
Also,
might.
why is Bruce Lee in here? Who's the guy
Because it's
that's
about-
playing Bruce Lee?
and it's perfect.
Bruce Lee.
Bruce Lee's back.
No, it's Brandon Lee.
It's Brandon Lee. Right. He's out of the Crow. He's out.
No,
He's back.
I think like we're making jokes, but like I think this is going to be a pretty culturally important movie in digesting this period of time in Hollywood, because like Jack, you studied film, you know this is a very difficult time in film.
Yeah.
There's a lot of changes going under, and
This is
society as a whole was kind of people felt like it was collapsing.
Middle of the hippie movement.
Yeah.
The new
Like-
wave, new Hollywood wave was just happened. Yeah.
new feminism wave,
Yeah.
all of that.
Mm-hmm.
And
It'll be interesting.
like all that's going to be, I feel like all that's going to be in this movie, and to include all that is very difficult, because usually you pick one fucking topic for a movie,
Yeah.
and when you have a period so tumultuous as this, that it's going to be either amazing or a
And
flop.
it's taking place during the 1969, right?
Yes.
1969.
No, it said
It
69.
says 69.
It said 68 and 69.
Oh, that's right.
It said 69 because
They're releasing it the day or the weekend after she died or something like that.
Yeah.
She was killed.
yeah.
So it's
Wild.
it's fucking wild.
I'm very nervous,
I'm nervous.
but I'm very nervous but optimistic.
Me too.
I'm skeptical but optimistic.
Okay.
Well said, Joe. So we all looking forward to it then?
Oh, of course.
Yes, obviously it's Quentin Tarantino.
We're there day
My
zero.
number one.
We're
My
there.
number
We're
one
premiere day.
movie of the
Well,
year.
That's your number one?
Yeah.
Over The Irishman?
Whoa, dude, Irishman! Look at that cast again, boy. Look at that cast.
Look
It's
at
not
the
as
cast
good
one
as-
front of time.
Also, wait, can I say something? Margot Robbie, fuck!
No, you can't say that.
I just did.
Shit!
Wait, is that it?
Yeah,
no,
that's it.
story, right?
Oh, story.
Oh,
Story
that's
time.
it for this.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
it's next
so-
segment.
We're looking forward to it.
What is the story time?
So
you'll hear.
yeah, you don't know. You know this because we discussed this
So
ourselves.
every podcast, we're going to end up telling the story, because we've done some stupid shit.
Yeah.
So we're all going to
Ray
take...
Romano's in this.
Jesus
I
Oh my god.
forgot.
Fuck.
We're all going to take turns every week. There's going to be one person who gets to do it.
Did you seriously? Okay.
Yeah, I did it again. It's so good. I took a bunch of cream off of different Oreos and put it in one cookie. It's delicious.
There's like 10
Do you have
creams.
cherry cola?
Shut the fuck up.
Hey, go get it.
It's right there.
Please don't ruin it. Don't
Cherry
ruin it.
Cola.
Don't ruin it.
No.
Get some cane sauce while we're at it.
You're right.
Don't.
So we're all gonna. That's how we're gonna close this out. And I'm gonna tell the story of how I introduced these guys to Raising Cane's.
I knew it before you did, so I don't count here.
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Rachel and I, we were out, probably going to a movie, and we wanted to check out this new place that everyone was talking about. They're like, "Oh, this is like the talk of the town or whatever. Raising Cane's is the best place of all time." We go in there, we order our nice 4-piece chicken fingers. She gets hers. We sit down in the chair. We take a bite. This is not that great. This is pretty bad. It was rough. Rough, get it? Rough, because the dog.
Wow, that was funny.
Wow.
Wow!
Wow.
For context, that's
So-
pointing at my neighbor's German Shepherd.
We were like, what the fuck is this shit? So,
It's
I,
shit. It's shit.
I never thought I would go back.
We've been back.
I hate you.
No,
I
you told
I
Jeremy.
tricked Jeremy into coming there. I'm like, I hear it's good, dude. I mean, I had it one time and I was like, that's whatever, but maybe it'll be good. And Jeremy goes, yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. It could be good. We go in there. It's even worse than before. The chicken's so dry. The sauce is so bad. The fries are awful. The bread is bad. Jeremy almost threw up. And he's like, I'm never coming back here again. We told Roy about it. And then Roy's like, oh, I gotta go there.
Because I don't believe them. I didn't believe them. I thought they were
The
over-exaggerating.
three of us go after school on a Thursday. We sit in our fucking booth.
I order everything.
Roy bought everything off the menu.
Everything on the menu, just to prove them that it's not that bad.
He ate it. He almost threw up. It got
almost
worse.
threw up. I could not handle it.
And then we started taking our friends there. We took Joe. We took Mitch. Mitch hates it. Joe's whatever about
I
it.
don't give a shit.
That's why you're
Joe's
stupid.
dumb.
I'm me, guys. Don't try to change me.
And then we go there because every time we're having a good bowl, we have like 2 months of good bowl.
Every summer.
And then we need to go back. We need to go back to Raising Cane's in order to feel the
We
pain.
just had it like Thursday.
Yesterday.
We just had
Yesterday.
it. We had it yesterday.
Since I got off the hook for a while.
And
Oh,
it's
God.
so goddamn bad. Unbelievably bad.
And
Jeremy,
now,
we-
no lie,
Like,
no
no
lie.
consistency in their
The
cooking.
Raising Cane sauce there, their sauce, their special sauce is absolute trash, and we keep making fun of it that it's going to be good. And we have like a cup here, and we let it set out, and it's good. I don't know what it is. It's good. It tastes
I
good
wouldn't say
now.
good.
It needs to settle.
It's tolerable,
It needs to settle.
but it's insane.
It needs to mature.
I don't understand.
Like a fine wine.
We should make wine Raising Cane sauce.
God damn it, no.
What do you have to say about
Infused
Raising
wine.
Cane's?
All I gotta say about Carrie's and Canes is
I hate that dog. That stupid dog.
So, that's it. That's a wrap. Come back next week. The topic, our top 5 favorite albums of all time. We're going to have a music discussion. There will be some movies because we have to talk about
our sentences.
our sentences and Incendies, our movie club sentence by Roy. But it'll be mostly music. And hopefully we'll have another Tarantino discussion for Pulp Fiction, which is the next movie and we're going to watch.
Wait, Pulp Fiction was a second movie for me? That is not what I would expect. I'm not as
Would you expect Death Proof?
Yeah. Like, I know it's one of his most recent. No, like the fact that he made such a convoluted but well worked out story.
Yeah, Death Proof's really good.
He's going to watch Cannibal, guys. He just left.
That's it. See you later, amigas and amigos. Yeet!